song of our debut EP. You should check it out. It's available on every single music streaming platform. Hello, welcome. We're here at the Junge Bühne at ABC, and you're Echidain. So, who are you in person, and what instruments do you play?
I'm Lee, and I sing. La la la.
I'm Martin, and I play the bass and sing a bit.
I'm Luca. I play guitar and apparently sometimes drums.
Hello, I'm Maxi. I'm the main drummer, I guess, but for one song I also sing.
And I'm Mika, guitarist.
As a band?
I think we exist for about a year now. Yeah, almost a year. No, a year, maybe no, a year and a quarter.
Okay. And how did you meet?
I have something to add, which also answers this question. Mika, Lee, and I, and Maxi all go to the same school. Lee and I did a project together, and then I needed vocals for a thing. She came in to record it. I met Mika, got to know him better, and then I was like, hey, well, let's start a shoegaze band. And then us three formed a year ago, and then we found Martin and Maxi last year.
And that first project became Aftertaste, the song, which then became Aftertaste, the EP. Yay!
For a few months or weeks now. Are you already working on something new, maybe over the summer, or like, are you working on something?
Yeah, we've been working on new music since before the EP came out, actually. I'm always writing music, working on songs, and
that's a constant progress.
Basically, there's not a week where we don't send any new riff ideas or any new just evolutions of ideas into our group chat, and just we keep on writing.
To your band name, because Echidain does sound interesting, like an echo. Is there some connection?
It actually came to me in a dream, and it means keep sleeping, because it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so
I woke up in
just
the
for the vibe?
Yeah, honestly, I woke up in the middle of the night. My mom and I had been traveling, so maybe that inspired some sleep trouble, I don't know. I woke up in the middle of the night and I just felt like those letters belonged together. So I wrote them down in my notes app, where I keep all of the song lyric ideas and stuff before they become fully fleshed out songs. And then I woke up again in the morning, opened my phone, and I was like, what is that? I took a screenshot because I thought it was goofy, and I sent it to our then 3-person group chat. I was like, what is this? And Mika said, that's our new band name.
So Mika also knew that it was that came to him. How do you create the songs? Like, where does it start? What's the process here?
It usually starts with a riff or melody, and that gets worked out into an instrumental, and then vocals get written over top. However, recently we've started experimenting with having Lee bring vocal ideas to the table and writing based on that, and yeah, I'm loving where that's going.
Musician or band that you really admire, where you're like looking up to? Do you see that's what we're gonna be in a few years or maybe months?
I love Taylor Swift.
Okay. She is a good singer and multi-talent.
I think in my opinion there are many. Dive, Aphex Twin, You Never Get to Heaven, Biker, The Cure, The Broadcast, just broadcast a lot.
That's a good selection.
Yeah, the fun thing is that like everyone has like their own kind. Like we all love shoegaze, but everyone still has their own like genre that they like the most. And there is some overlap, but there's also like a lot of diversity in that. And so we bring a lot of different inspirations, different like thoughts to the table. And then we just like let those melt into the songs that we write.
Mm-hmm.
Like Luca and I are very hardcore. We grew up on hardcore, metalcore, and just metal in general, and that kind of reflects our riff writing. But then you have Lee with a very pop approach to vocals, and then Martin and Maxi just complete the factor, and it makes for a really unique sound, and we can instantly tell when something sounds like Echidain or it kind of doesn't. And sometimes we don't instantly fall in love with an idea, but then we kind of work it out, and somehow suddenly it sounds like Echidain.
You're having fun on the stage. That's what I took from your gig today.
Yeah, before we move on, I think we should definitely like mention Slow Dive and Slow Crush. Simon Scott of Slow Dive was so kind and so generous to us. I reached out to him asking him if he could, if I could interview him for my thesis project for university. And he said yes. He was one of the very few people who responded. He said yes, and then after the interview he listened to our music and he offered to master it for us with a student discount. And of course we accepted, we took it, and it was amazing.
I just realized that my talk I haven't mentioned that much on Fleeta, artists from minorities, so Björk, Stina Norderstein, Charlie XCX, many.
You are an international band, aren't you?
Yeah.
So where do you come from?
Je suis français.
Ja, norsk.
Ik ben een Nederlander.
Ik ben in Bayern groß geworden. No dite lite mis Bulgari.
Gute, ich bin aus Essen.
any goal that you want to reach after you've already published your first EP? Like, what's the next step in your journey?
I mean, I can't speak for everybody because we haven't really talked about this actually. But for me personally, I would love it if we managed to reach 5,000 true fans, because at that point we would be able to live off of music, be able to live off of doing what we love, and I think that's any musician's dream.
In addition to that, another like more short-term goal, I guess, is to just play more shows and just have fun on stage, because that is where we like not really refine the songs, since they're already like perfect when we head on stage, but like certain ideas for the live versions then do pop up and then they do stick, and so just playing more and having more fun.
And also, like, we are constantly writing, of course, and getting an extensive back catalog, so we can actually say for, like, I think our next goal, at least between Luke and I, we already made up our minds, and we wanted to go for an album next, and that would be kind of just, okay, let's write like 15 songs, and then even see what we do there, like stuff like that.
Much space to figure and explore.
Exactly. Yeah. Just figuring out what works.
Last question about the band and about, is there any kind of topic outside of making music that's really has a special place in your heart? Because I heard that you had a little bit advertisement and about Gaza. Is this something that's like in that notion?
I think we're all very political aware and kind of trying to just make the world better by existing in it and seeing where shit goes wrong and kind of trying, at least in our fucking burden as existence, at least trying to change something. I mean, we're close to the Bundestag and stuff, so you can just go knocking and be like, hey, what the fuck? But sorry for cursing.
Pleasures of Berlin.
But it's somehow, yeah, we're all very ideological driven people and trying to really also convey what we're feeling, but also like emotionally how we feel about like certain topics and relationships, like communication and all of that stuff. We try to convey that also in our music, but also outside of that.
And we also like want to just build up a little bit of a community and just like connect with people and just connect to people.
Bühne from EASTSIDE. So let's talk a little bit about your concert that the gig you played here today. How did you feel playing on this bigger stage? Because it is like about a meter off the ground. Does it feel different?
To me, like even being on the drum riser, like even higher up, it felt like I was like in my own world, but like in the best way possible, where I could just like connect with, on the first level, with the fellow musicians on stage, and then push that connection on to the audience and just have a blast playing music.
I will start off by saying it was very warm for us, and I think I can speak for all of us there. But it was nice having the space that I usually only have during rehearsals to actually move around on stage. And that did take some getting used to during soundcheck, but after soundcheck I was just,
try to push newcomers and give them the space to create. Do you think anything about the Junge Bühne helped you especially? Like, we're here having cameras surrounded by us. Do you think that maybe you can make use of the video material or the sounds? So anything that's...
Yeah, I think we would love to, at the very least, go through the footage and see if we can post a song, if not the entire set, live sometime in the future, because I think it would be cool for fans to see how we perform in a quite professionally shot manner. And yeah.
I think we're going to be posting our first YouTube video.
That's exciting. I know that you're quite active on Instagram and TikTok, so YouTube is going to be a new place. Do you have any suggestion to make the ABC better, like something that came to mind? Or is it perfect?
Air conditioning.
Just some feedback on how maybe we can make the ABC a better place, even though it is pretty great already.
It is very great already, but the one thing that I feel like could be improved is a way of getting onto the stage. I did trip twice on the somewhat rudimentary stairs, but other than that, I think it's really great.
Also, sometimes I was kind of lacking the audience visibility because there's a very bright light right there, which kind of feels like the sun. But I usually like to kind of look into the audience and see how the people are either connecting with our music or just being like, what the fuck? Like, sorry for cursing again.
Getting the reaction.
But I feel like that's the one thing where I'm like, but the space is amazing. Like, I think Luca and I could never jump around that much than that time this time.
That's good to hear. Sitting here, I must say it's really hard to see anybody other than the first few. But yeah,
I'm bringing sunglasses next time.
would be an option. Do you think that we will see you again at the ABC?
I think I speak for all of us if we say it was a pleasure. Thank you for having us, and to the whole crew. Like, you all were fantastic people to work with, and the venue is amazing. And I mean, next time I'm gonna say that I need more of myself on the speaker, but that's a me thing. And I just the whole thing is beautiful. It's worth the journey outside of Berlin.
Thank you.
I think if we get invited, we're definitely coming back.
That's cool to hear. Well, this is Echidain, and maybe we'll see each other again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.